In this episode, we turn our gaze to the enigmatic figure of George Ivanovich Gurdjieff, a spiritual teacher whose ideas continue to challenge and fascinate scholars and seekers alike. Born in the late 19th century, Gurdjieff emerged as a pivotal character in the landscape of 20th century Western esoteric thought. His teachings, often considered radical, propose that humans do not possess a stable self identity or even a soul in the traditional sense. Instead, Gurdjieff introduced the concept that we are comprised of a multitude of fluctuating personalities. In this episode, we will explore Gurdjieff's revolutionary ideas about the human condition, particularly his belief in the potential for conscious development towards the higher aspects of our existence. This potential, he argued, hinges on personal effort and the choices we make. According to Gurdjieff, without this conscious effort, individuals remain captive to their automatic responses to external stimuli, living in a state of sleepwalking through life. Our discussion will primarily focus on his seminal work, Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson, the first part of his trilogy, All and Everything, published posthumously in 1950. This text not only offers a profound insight into Gurdjieff's understanding of spiritual progress, but also serves as a gateway to understanding his unique perspective on self-identity within the broader context of self-spirituality and Western esotericism. But before we dive in, I want to emphasize the importance of your support in allowing free education for all on topics in esotericism based on peer-reviewed scholarship. You keep this project alive by contributing through PayPal, Patreon, Ko-fi, or YouTube memberships. For details on how to support my work, visit drangelapuka.com or check out the links in bio, cards, info box, description, everywhere. And to ensure that you never miss out on my thoughts, ponderings, what I'm working on, I encourage you to sign up for my newsletter. This way you will always be notified about everything that has been happening to me, regardless of the capricious social media algorithms. A huge thank you to everyone who makes academic esoteric literacy possible. Your contributions make all the difference in the world. Now, let the symposium begin. Hello Symposiast, I'm Dr. Angela Puka, Religious Studies PhD and your online resource for the academic study of magic, esotericism, paganism, shamanism, and all things occult. The concept of self has become a focal point in modern sociocultural discussions. The idea gained prominence with the onset of Western modernity, marked by a shift towards viewing everything from an individual perspective, leading to a self-governed anthropocentric ideology. This has significantly influenced discussions in spirituality, mysticism, and religious experiences, particularly highlighting the role of the self in spiritual development as seen in various New Age religious groups. Amidst these discussions, Gurdjieff, a notable figure in 20th century Western esoteric tradition, proposed a distinctive approach. Despite his significant influence and the academic interest in his work, Gurdjieff's teachings, characterized by their unsystematic and complex style, have not been thoroughly studied. This complexity has led to a variety of interpretations and sometimes a neglect of the coherence within his work. Gurdjieff's teachings, as recounted by his students, emphasize self-work and spiritual transformation. However, his ideas often receive varied interpretations, influenced by two main scholarly approaches: essentialist, which seeks to identify universal elements across systems, and constructivist, which emphasizes socio-cultural factors shaping spiritual systems. Marta Barova, our source for today's episode, aims to analyze Gurdjieff's concept of the self through his major work, Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson. These texts, a lengthy and detailed narrative structured around the extraterrestrial Beelzebub and his observations of humanity, provides a comprehensive view of Gurdjieff's perspectives on human culture, history, and spiritual development. The analysis is structured into three parts: outlining the adverse conditions impacting human life, discussing the self created phenomena exacerbating these conditions, and finally exploring the potential for spiritual growth within the concept of an ideal self. This study not only conceptualizes Gurdjieff's teachings within his time and intellectual milieu, but also seeks a balanced understanding through a close reading of his text. Now, let's explore the external reasons for the deplorable state of humans. In the work, An Objectively Impartial Criticism of the Life of Man, part of Gurdjieff's larger text, Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson, Gurdjieff sets out to fundamentally challenge and dismantle the entrenched beliefs and views of his readers regarding the nature of existence. He aims to provide and disorient readers, encouraging them to question their habitual perceptions and understanding of life. Central to Gurdjieff's critique of modern civilization is his unique cosmological model known as the ray of creation. This model posits a universe organized into 8 levels, operating under what Gurdjieff calls the law of octaves, which suggests that all processes in the universe inherently fluctuate in scale and intensity depending on their position within these octaves. Earth, positioned peripherally in the cosmos, receives only a minimal amount of divine energy, according to this model. Gurdjieff uses this cosmic framework to adopt a distant and critical view of humanity. He introduces several neologisms and heroic figures to enrich his narrative, which outlines humanity's existence in conditions unsuitable for their nature. According to the tales, 3 major cosmic catastrophes have detrimentally affected the Earth. The primary catastrophe was a collision with the comet Condor due to a miscalculation by a celestial being, leading to a dangerous fragmentation of the Earth. The narrative suggests that despite a natural and harmonious development in the Earth's cosmic units, this would ultimately lead humanity to realize their role in maintaining the universe's balance, which Gurdjieff viewed as a form of enslavement. To prevent this realization and ensure humanity's ignorance of their true condition, a special organ called Kundabuffer was implanted in humans. This organ causes humans to perceive reality inaccurately and to derive pleasure from repetitive external impressions, effectively hindering their spiritual growth and shielding them from the harsh realities of their existence. Michael Pittman interprets Gurdjieff's concept of the Kundabuffer as akin to a fall of man narrative, linking it to human ego or egoism. This organ, embedded in the lumbar area, was meant to distort human perception of reality and encourage pleasurable sensations, impacting the psyche long after its removal, including fostering traits like egoism. Gurdjieff's broader teachings involve a cosmic perspective, underpinning his spiritual philosophy with the concept of time as an uncontrollable, non-existent entity, only comprehensible in relation to other phenomena. Gurdjieff's broader teachings involve a cosmic perspective underpinning his spiritual philosophy, with the concept of time as an uncontrollable, non-existent entity only comprehensible in relation to other phenomena. He emphasizes the need for an accurate perception of reality, which he argues is essential for spiritual perfection and aligns with divine commandments on maintaining mental purity. Central to his cosmology are 2 cosmic laws, Hepta para Parshinok, the law of 7, and Triamadzikamno, the law of 3, which govern the universe alongside a substance called Etherokrylno, filling the cosmos and facilitating the emergence of everything within it. Human beings, according to Gurdjieff, possess three centers: thinking, feeling, and moving, that affect both their physical and psychological processes. These centers, however, often function independently and competitively, leading to imbalances and a shortened lifespan. Gurdjieff's narrative also introduces the concept of reciprocal feeding within the cosmos, suggesting that humans, like all beings, serve a cosmic purpose beyond their own existential understanding, contributing to a cosmic cycle where they unknowingly support broader natural processes. This idea positions human existence within a vast, interconnected cosmic factory, where beings are utilized to produce necessary energies for the natural world. Reminds me of Matrix. Overall, the catastrophic collision with the comet Condor and the implantation of the Kundabuffer are depicted as crucial external events that shaped human development and perception, leading to a distorted view of reality and the challenging condition of human life. Now let's cover the internal conditions. Gurdjieff's exploration of the deplorable state of humans delves deeply into the internal factors that contribute to this condition, highlighting the intricate relationship between perception, personal development, and societal influences. Gurdjieff posits that human beings, like other three-brained creatures, perceive reality through a system of three primary psychological centers or brains. These centers encompass intellectual, emotional, and instinctive responses. The development of higher parts of the human being, namely Kesdian body, an astral body or subtle body, and the soul, is contingent upon how accurately three brains perceive reality, including impressions, emotions, and reactions. In his theoretical framework, Gurdjieff introduces the concept of part-dog duty, a neologism he created to describe the method for attaining a correct perception of reality. This method requires conscious work and intentional suffering, suggesting that true spiritual progress demands rigorous self-examination and discipline. Gurdjieff's critique extends to the societal institutions of religion and education, which he argues play significant roles in perpetuating the Kundabuffer's effects, the organ theoretically implanted in humans to distort their perception of reality and induce pleasurable sensations that detract from spiritual awareness. According to Gurdjieff, modern education systems are flawed as they implant a multitude of disconnected and artificial customs and traditions into the minds of children. These systems do not encourage critical or independent thinking, but rather promote automatic and passive absorption of information, rendering individuals as living mechanical puppets. Religion, while potentially a mitigating force against the Kundabuffer's distortive effects, often becomes an obstruction due to its divisive nature and entanglement with political structures. Gurdjieff criticizes the way religions on earth, specifically major traditions such as Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Lamaism, become institutionalized and politicized, leading to sectarism and a dilution of their original spiritual purposes. Furthermore, Gurdjieff discusses the fragmentation of human personality as another crucial internal reason for human suffering and existential confusion. He argues that humans do not possess a stable self-identity, but are rather made up of various competing intellectual, emotional, and physical components. This internal division is significant because it impedes holistic personal development and leads to a life driven by conflicting desires and impulses. Gurdjieff identifies specific traits within human psychology that exacerbate this fragmented state, including suggestibility, fanaticism, cruelty, pride, and adulation. These traits are not directly attributed to the Kundabuffer, but are seen as consequences of societal and cultural conditioning. In constructing an ideal self, Gurdjieff proposes that humans can overcome these detrimental traits through a synthesis of self-awareness and self-control, which are achieved by understanding and applying cosmic laws, specifically through his teachings on the laws of 3 and 7. The foundational principles of his cosmological theory. He suggests that the true understanding and application of these laws can transform the energy within individuals and, by extension, society. Gurdjieff's vision for personal and collective spiritual development involves practical exercises and communal life, which he exemplifies through metaphors like the carriage system, where different aspects of the self must cooperate harmoniously. Collectively, he references idealized communities such as the Society of Akaldan, which aim to comprehend and transmit cosmic laws effectively. This underscores Gurdjieff's belief in the potential for human transformation through concerted, conscious efforts that align individual development with universal cosmic principles, ultimately guiding individuals away from the distorted perceptions that characterize their deplorable state. This investigation into Gurdjieff's teachings and his conceptualization of the human self has illuminated the intricate relationship between external events and internal human conditions that contribute to what he describes as the deplorable state of human existence. By systematically identifying and analyzing the characteristics of Gurdjieff's method and its thematic core, this episode has hopefully provided a structured exploration of his approach to personal and spiritual development. We tackled both the external cosmic influences, such as the collision with the comet Condor and the implantation of the Kundabuffer, as well as the internal societal and psychological factors, including the roles of education and religion in stifling rational thought and distorting reality. Furthermore, we delved into human characteristics like suggestibility and fanaticism, which Gurdjieff posits as significant contributors to humanity's flawed nature. Despite the seemingly bleak portrayal of human existence, Gurdjieff's narrative offers a path towards transformation. His emphasis on the three-brained nature of humans suggests an inherent capacity of humans to transcend these limitations through the activation of sacred forces for personal development. The concept of the ideal self, whether approached individually or collectively, underscores the potential for achieving a state of being that harmonizes self-awareness, control, and a profound understanding of cosmic laws and personal nature. As we conclude, it is clear that Gurdjieff's teachings provide not just a critique, but also a visionary framework for spiritual advancement, emphasizing both individual effort and communal support. We have presented a study that paves probably the way for future research to further explore the complexities of his ideas, encouraging a deeper engagement with the text to uncover the nuanced interplay of the various elements within his philosophical and spiritual system. This is it for today's video. If you watched until this point, leave me a human being emoji. Now, my dear symposiasts, this project of delivering free academic knowledge based on peer-reviewed scholarship can only exist thanks to your support. So if you have the means and want to support my work, please consider doing so with a one-off PayPal donation by joining memberships, my inner symposium on Patreon or Ko-fi, super thanking me in the comments, and checking out my services at drangelapuka.com. You can book private lectures, tutoring sessions, individual lectures from my courses, an entire course, commission a video, and much more. All the links are in a pinned comment, in the description box, in bio, everywhere. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter to get to know me better through my personal reflections and ponderings over my academic journey and everything esoteric. If you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, activate the notification bell so that you will always be notified when I upload a new video, and please share this video around so the symposium can grow. I look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments, and thank you so much for being here. I hope that you stay tuned for all the academic fun. Bye for now. Today we hold